Clock, welcome to Great Day for this Friday, first day of May, being joined here at the desk by Jeanette McGee and Oliver Powell with a very special fundraiser, Jason, that'll be coming up here real soon.
Well, a volleyball tournament, and we want to find out about Aden and the disorder, the rare one that affects him, and this is what this is all about.
The very first year was for Aden. Aden unfortunately passed away from adrenoleukodystrophy. It basically takes a person of perfect health to young little kids to death. The only way to fix that is the myelin project, or is the stem cell treatments, and that's only if it attaches to it. But then with the stem cell treatment is that it stops you right then at your tracks. If you're in a wheelchair, you're bound by a wheelchair. You can't do anything. I talked to Aden's mom last night, and she's like, I don't think Aden wanted that. That's why the stuff did not attach. She's like, I know he wanted to go home.
Now, the myelin is a lining of the nerves, an exterior lining?
The Myelin Project itself is an organization that helps try to do a pre-screening of any newborn babies, because this is something that they're trying to get every single state to have, is to get a pre-screening so that they can find out if their child was going to have the adrenoleukodystrophy, because it's connected to the mom.
Okay.
And that's the craziest thing with the whole thing that we've done for the last 3 years for this volleyball tournament. It's been every single mom, as ones right here, are powerful women that are saying, no, I'm not giving up on my kids. I want something done for my kids, and I'm not going to stop until my kid gets help. Right. And that's why it's been easy for me to find people. It's just, my heart's just into it, 90, 125, I don't know what number it could be, but it's just, I'm in it to win. And I don't care if my group has anything to do with it. I'm just happy the families are there to have fun.
Now, Jeanette, this volleyball tournament is going to be a pretty big deal.
Well, it was definitely a surprise to get the phone call that that they had chosen us to be the recipients of the fundraiser. Caden was born with a single ventricle heart and a hernia in his diaphragm, so his lung health was really compromised. We were basically told that they didn't think there'd be anything that they could do. So we just kept getting opinions after opinion, and he's currently at Children's in Omaha. They said, we don't know what we can do, but we're willing to try, and that was enough for us to go. Just like Oliver said, we, as parents of special need children, want to do everything we can for our kids, as much as we can, and so that's this volleyball tournament. I don't have very much family here in the Des Moines area, so I do have some family coming from Nebraska to play for us, and then my sister's boyfriend actually is the one who got a team together for us, because I just didn't have enough.
Sure.
We're
reaching out to anybody that wants to
come and play.
It doesn't have to be family, it's friends and community that we want to get out and raise awareness about this.
And the best part about this whole situation, when it started with Aden, it was with Aden's Army, which is his family, his friend. It's a lot of East Siders, and you know, with a lot of the stereotype for East Siders, if you ask for help, the East Siders as a gang, they'll come together as a mob.
Right. And
now it's the very first year you had 80% of the teams was Aden's Army. This year it's still almost 90% it's Aden's Army's teams, because Brenna, the mom of Aden, just like, I'm gonna do it. It's paying it forward, and she's just like, I want to fight. And she's like, last night I talked to her, she's like, the special needs families have a connection. They have something together that no one else would understand. I don't understand it, but I know that what I can do is help, because I know that for me personally, not having any children, I don't know if I could deal with it. That's just a stressor that I've seen, and just seeing how powerful these families could be, and going through this kind of circumstances that, I don't know. I have a hard time doing car rides by dealing with just going from here to Omaha. I don't know how I could deal with going here to Omaha and then dealing with the child that's just beautiful, and it's just so strong. Like, you see pictures all the time on Facebook, and you're just like, seriously. And then you see just a beautiful kid, and then just this shirt, chicks dig chubby babies, and it's just like, are you serious? I'm like, thank you. And it's just, you see, I saw a video of him. They were changing his tube that he has to breathe through, and he was crying, and he couldn't cry. I was like, you can't. That's the simple thing of crying, to say that you're hurting, he can't do. But now she was telling me that he's being able to now to push air past that hole to be able to give some sounds and give some crying. I was like, it's like, you don't want to hear the crying, but you're like, thank God he can. And it's just, you're just like, it's just a heart-wrenching, twisting feeling, and This, to me, doing a volleyball thing is just simple.
And
Go ahead.
there's a lot of volleyball players around here. We have a lot of places where people play, and this is kind of a different set of rules, this particular tournament, that maybe of
This
interest to
one
people.
right here, it's just $10 per person, or you
Okay.
can do $60 per team. There's an actual traveling trophy that we have that was donated to me from the very beginning of the first year. But the rules are really are simple and straightforward. It's the best of 3 rally scoring, which means every single time the ball goes across the court, you score. So it makes it very simple to score. But then at the end of it, if people are interested, we're going to be adding Aussie rules volleyball, which the difference is it goes down to roughly 2 to 3 players, and you have to serve the ball, instead of bumping it like a volleyball, you kick it. So it's kind of like in our sport where we kick the ball or you bump past it. It's all within the hand. So it's no bumping, no throwing around. So it's a little bit easier, but it's a lot less people.
Now, you mentioned your sport. Explain to us what we're talking about, your sport.
I'm with the Des Moines Roosters. I'm the vice president. We're an Australian rules football team. It's full contact, no pads. It's a lot of crazy guys getting on the field just liking to beat each other up.
And that helps explain the name of the volleyball tournament.
Yep.
Some people looking at it saying, that doesn't make any sense. Now it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, Aden, it was the first year's recipient. This year is Caden. Well, we picked Aden because he unfortunately passed away, so that's the reason why we honoring him with the very beginning of the name. And then the Roosters is just to tie in with our organization, like you said, and then just making it simply charity volleyball tournament, which is simply what it is.
So we've talked about awareness, we've talked about needing to raise funds. Where and when can we sign up for this thing?
It's at Volleys. It's connected to trophies. It's connected to Plaza Lanes. It's right on the intersection of Douglas and Merle Hay.
The Harding Hills area. Yeah.
Yep. And then you got it's May 2nd, so it's this weekend. It is 10 to 6, and it's again only $10 per person. And then it's free to come watch and laugh.
And by the way, really good French fries there.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Very
we
good
have to go over there and just
Very
try
good
those.
French fries. How often does maybe you don't know, but how often does a child get diagnosed with conditions like this?
Well, congenital heart defects, which is it's 1 in 100 live births have a congenital heart defect, and with the hernia, that is very rare with the single ventricle heart that Caden has. So it's more often than people think. Before I had Caden, I had no idea that life could be like this, and a baby could be born with a heart defect and be so severely fragile. He's just medically fragile. Any sickness can just really be hard on them, and so there's different severities of heart defects, and there's over 40 different types of heart defects. So
Wow.
So we're still working and praying for him to keep on fighting?
yes, to keep on fighting. There is, and the other thing, there is no cure for congenital heart defects. Is when you are born with a heart defect, it stays with you the rest of your life. So it's a lifelong fight for Caden and our family.
All right, so the thing we're going to make sure people know about the big volleyball tournament going on tomorrow. Again, it is Aden's Roosters Charity Volleyball Tournament.
Yep.
Happening over in the Harding Hills area, just attached to Plaza Lanes over at
It's
Volleys.
Detective Valleys. It's connected there. If you go on Facebook, we have a public event that's on there. You can actually see the short gist of it. It's Aden's Roosters Charity Volleyball Tournament, which is on Facebook. It's got a little video that I tried for the very first time ever, doing a live video. That was really embarrassing, but I did it.
This
is a little easier.
Did its job. Perfect. Well, best of luck to you guys.
Thank you.
tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. It's 9:20.